Bound chicken. Wow, wow. Avoid legal snacks by telling people that they're being recorded. Sorry, you're being recorded.
Oh my goodness, good thing I have clothes on.
Oh, yeah, close call. Wait, we can only see the
And good
top.
thing this is a
So we don't
podcast, too.
know. Oh, that's even better. Some people can't see anything. Whether it be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. That's where we get the majority of listeners. And like 5 other stations that I don't really know about. But it's free to post it there. So I'm like, why not? Maybe somebody decides to find something to listen to on a Tuesday and something about man and just clicks on it. I wonder what's like people's like first thoughts when they like don't know anything about us and just go Talkmen Tuesday. I wonder what this is about.
That's probably wow. These look like two great guys that are just having fun and hosting a great podcast show. That's what I would think, personally.
Like he said, look, they listen like they sound like great guys.
We are great guys. We only sound like them.
Boom. Roll the intro. I want to get an intro. As you can clearly see, we were low on our budget, so that was our intro. It's Sawyer and Angel Corrado. 2 guys. Sawyer's 25. I'm 26. Angel's 26. And I just love the phrase he said. 2 guys talking about pop culture who know nothing about pop culture.
I think that's like our new kind of like description, just a general podcast description. I think that's how we have to just describe ourselves.
I just like it. I really like it. Because like, if anybody gets mad at us, it's like our catchphrase is 2 guys talking about pop culture who know nothing about pop culture.
Yeah.
Don't take it seriously.
We're being very honest with you. We don't know what we're talking about.
If we throw any facts out there, they may be completely wrong, and we're just letting you know. Or
they could be right. There's a positive spin there too. Worst case scenario, just consider us liars this entire time. But we just might be lying the truth, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
I like doctors or like people who like give out some of medical advice, but they're like, I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. Seek your doctor if you want to go through this.
I thought you were just about to compare us to actual doctors, and I'm like, let's not do that. That's going the complete opposite direction.
We are not doctors. Let that be known.
Contrary to popular belief.
Oh, wait, Sawyer, did you read your book?
Oh, I did. Great segue. Book club. Would you like to go first or second this week?
Well, what was last time? Did you go first last time?
I went first last time, yeah. So it's all you this time.
Boom. Okay. We got 30 pages to cover. I love how you just tell stories about great basketball players. And it's so simple, like his philosophy. It was just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, do the work and then you'll learn from it and then just keep improving.
It seems easy, but it's not.
It really isn't. Like, actually,
no, it is easy, but it's difficult to do. Like, if you mess up, being like not discouraged.
It's like when people say, how do you get healthy? You work out and eat right. It sounds so simple. Mm-hmm. But the day-to-day actions may not be so simple when you see a burger or you just want to lay on the couch, take a nap. Yep. That's what happened to me last week. I took a nap instead of work out.
I was like talking from personal experiences there.
Yes. On Friday, I was like, I'm just going to take a 15-minute nap. It ended up being like half an hour. I was like, oh, this is when my class should be starting, so I'm just going to nap for a longer period of time.
No point in getting up now.
Yeah. Okay, so we ended off last week with the Mamba mentality. Kobe is very well known for the Mamba mentality, especially with his demeanor when he gets very competitive. He's a competitive guy. But get this. It was just a catchy hashtag that I started on Twitter. Something witty and memorable. But it took off from there and came to symbolize much more. Mamba mentality. Oh, I love this. The mindset isn't about seeking a result. It's more about the process of getting to that result. It's about the journey and the approach. It's a way of life. I do think that it's important in all endeavors to have that mentality.
It's a way of life.
It's like all those 3 a.m. wake ups feel worth it. That's why I put together this book. All these pages incorporate lessons, not just lessons on basketball, but also the Mamba mentality.
I'm good without doing a 3 a.m. wake up. Thanks though, Kobe.
I'm still trying to get to the wake up for 5:30 a.m. workout. So probably wake up around I'm guessing 4:45. Get like 20 minutes to get ready. 5:05, leave around 5:05, 5:10. Get to the gym 5:20, 5:25. But I wake up at 4:45 and I'm like, no, actually, what I did was wake up at 3 because I was nervous I was gonna wake up on time, and then I'm like, 3 to 7, that's 4 more hours of sleep. Workout. As you can see, I chose sleep. It sounds so nice. Get your workout done in the morning. You don't have to do it at night. You're not sweaty, and then you're good to go. It's like stress off early in the morning. But that's just getting up part.
Yeah. See, I became an like after work workout person, except for Mondays and Fridays, because we've got this, which is when I'd usually be at the gym. So I work out in the mornings on Mondays, and man, it's a struggle.
What time do you wake up to work out?
Probably I wake up probably around like 5:45 ish, maybe like 6 ish. So kind of around then, like 45-minute, maybe 40-minute workout, and then come home.
How far is the gym from you?
It's about a 10-minute walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not bad at all.
Around like 7:20, and then get ready, and then go work.
Oh. Yep.
Huh.
And that's my Monday schedule. Ding.
I want that. Hopefully, I don't know. I always like one day of the week. One day of the week. We'll start with that, and then I'm like, I am getting better. Yesterday, I went to sleep at 10:30, which is I usually end up going to sleep around midnight, 11:30 ish. So that was an improvement. So I want to get that set of like going to sleep at like 10. Yeah, 10, 9 ish. So I can have those like 8 hours of sleep. So then if I wake up at 5, I should be good to go.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get in the habit of going to bed earlier too. Exactly like that, like 10, 10:30. Just because then it makes, if you have to wake up a little bit earlier, that much easier. And I found out like if I ever stay awake past then, it's like I'm not doing anything productive. I'm usually just on my phone scrolling or doing something stupid. Like I'm never doing anything that's actually going to be helping me. So, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I'm just relaxing. This Netflix show is really great about Vikings and stuff. It's like, sorry, you can go to bed and the Vikings will still be there in the morning.
But I need to know how he dies. Does anybody die?
Yeah, and how? And then, oh gosh, that's a great cliffhanger. Just 30 minutes of the next episode. 2 a.m. comes around. Bloodshot eyes.
It's so bad when you get into a show and they have all the episodes there available for you. It's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is that you have
nothing to do.
Yes. Yes. It's a bad thing when you like have to go to sleep and you're like, I need to know who she falling in love with.
Netflix is starting to do like the 3-week events, and where it's like they have like shows that are like each week they release like 4 episodes or something like that. And so you have to follow it each week in order to get the whole season, which I think is a good idea. And they also tried doing like a every week release 1 episode for some shows, which I didn't like because it's like, what's the difference between this and just having a show be on TV when you have to do that normally? So if they bunch it together, like I like that idea where it makes you pace it out a bit, but At the
The
same
year
time,
20
I'm lazy and I like to watch everything at once. So,
the year's 2020, and Netflix is testing out different streaming services. Because right now they do release the whole season out, and then people can see it, binge watch the whole season in
mhm.
how many hours that show is. And then now the testing drops between like 4 or 5 episodes. You're saying
Yep.
the drop, uh and then regular TV shows how it was back with like regular TVs was probably 1 episode a week, and then for whoever how many episodes they have. That
Mhm.
would suck so bad, especially if they left you with a cliffhanger.
Oh yeah.
Next episode. I always want to like see these back when like we get really old. We're like, TV shows used to do that.
Yeah. Oh, what's a TV show like?
You mean the computer didn't read your thoughts and like chose the show for you?
Yeah,
Oh,
just input the show into your head, and so you could just casually watch it whenever you wanted.
Google Glasses and have like
Hey.
that TV right there. Oh man,
Yeah.
that'd be insane. Okay, back to the book.
Oh yeah.
I like another thing he talked about. But I'm telling you, this book is not like a regular book. It's mostly just stories and pictures.
Wait, hold up
And
the
like
book. I'm gonna use this as our. I'm using this as our thumbnail. For
Mamba
those of you
mentality.
listening, it's a creative thing. Okay, we're good.
Thumbnail is what people use for YouTube. All right,
Back
I
in
like
my
this.
day. Sorry.
I'm telling you, this girl in CrossFit was like, this other guy asked her if she was like using her remotes to start, remote start. So like you press
Oh,
the button
for her
and you
car.
start the car. Yeah,
Yeah.
from far away without having to go there and turn it on. And he's like, man, everybody does it except for mine. And she's like, don't all cars have that? And I'm like, my car's 2005. It does not have that. My
Your
car's
car had the
six.
roll up windows.
Yes. I'm like, my car doesn't have the push to start. I have to push in the key and turn it. You know, and then she stopped talking. It was like, damn, your car's old. And I'm like,
Whoops.
I've had it for 10 years. It still works fine. I don't see a purpose. Actually, there has been one of my door handles, the one I use the most, the back left one, like right next to the driver's door, it like
Mhm.
pops open. I think one of these days it got really cold and like it froze it, so I tried really hard to open it and it kind of popped up open and it never like went back to normal. So now every time I open it, it
You
like pops
busted
up
your
and
own door.
it was frozen. I'm like, oh, I'll just use my power.
Too strong. And this is why he really didn't go work out the other day, because he's just getting too big.
Yeah, exactly why. Okay, pressure. Kobe Bryant said he never felt pressure from the outside world. He knew what he wanted to accomplish and how much work it took to achieve those goals. He just had to put in the work and trust in it. And then besides, the expectations he placed on himself were always higher than what everyone else expected of him. I like that.
That's not a bad quality to have. You're your own toughest critic. Whereas for me, I set the bar as low as possible.
Oh, another one. People make a huge deal out of clutch shots, and he's like, a big shot is just another shot. So once with all that practice that he has, it's like, it's a done deal. It's another shot. It's not like the pressure doesn't get to him. So that was cool. And then he talks about his footwork, like all the little details that goes into basketball, like having your balance when you're guarding somebody. Oh, when he was challenging or playing against the very well-known Bulls. Um, who was it? Dennis from those
Dennis
Bulls.
Rodman.
I don't know his last name. I think
Yep.
you're probably right.
Yep.
And Michael Jordan, they would like do like holding or pushing or grabbing that you really couldn't see from TV and probably the refs couldn't see. So they were like very hidden. And he's like, that made him learn from those Bulls like what it takes to win a championship.
So he basically called the Bulls out for cheating.
Well, back in the day, it was way more rougher. So I don't even know how it was back in the day, but yeah, basically cheating.
Yeah. You know what? Kobe.
And like,
Whatever.
he even shows a photo of Dennis holding his arm, but you really can't see his like Kobe's hand protecting Dennis' hand, like having him hold it inside. So like this is Dennis's hand, or like this is Kobe's hand, and Dennis' hands is in here and like holding him to like screen him. And I'm like, whoa, he's really good. He's very discreet about holding Kobe. Yeah. And then
So the lesson of this episode is cheating's okay as long as you win.
Well, unless you get caught later on, cough cough Astros. For those
So cheat until you get caught. Or if you're bad at hiding, don't cheat. But then just know you're gonna lose because other teams are cheating.
Okay, I thought it was funny how like the Astros were getting hit by pitchers, and they gave like a really weird statistic saying they were hitting them more often than usual, and the fans were criticizing the Astros, like giving them jokes about like, hey, you're gonna give that championship back, or the other MVP guy is like, you took away his MVP, are you gonna give it back? So, and then what? Baseball season hasn't even started. It's like the preseason.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Spring training.
Spring training. The older I get, the more into sports I am, and the more I realize how much of sports is like culture.
Yeah.
It's like everything. Sports and music. It's really big. It's like
The
the
reason why
foundation.
I love sport is because like it gives you something to root for and kind of a sense of community too. Like, hey, that's my team. You support my team. We're gonna be friends, kind of thing. So I feel like that's a big reason why I like it, and just because it's competition. Even though all my teams suck, but hey, that's a personal
Hey,
problem.
the Blackhawks were really good that one time you showed me about hockey.
Yeah, that's when they peaked. I got you interested in hockey at the right time.
The perfect season. And was it what? Like the finals, or what do you call it?
The Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup. Yeah. And it was really good. Because hockey's like soccer. But I'm like still wondering how I haven't seen that many either highlights or just footage of hockey. Especially with all the fights they have. Well, I would imagine they have.
I feel like they've cut down a lot on fighting. Like, not too many people fight. Like, there obviously are still fights, but it's not as like crazy as I feel like it used to be.
I can see that. Okay, finish up on the book. I love how he said one last quote of him. He says, a lot of players don't understand the game or the importance of footwork. Spacing. It's to the point where if you know the basics, you have an advantage on the majority of players. On just the basics. Which is, I don't know. It's crazy to think about. If you know the basics, you have an advantage over everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm wondering if like a lot of players just have natural like talent, and then like it's like the whole, what is it? Working hard beats talent if talent doesn't work hard, type of thing.
Yeah.
So
Like one of the big NBA players right now, his name's Giannis. He didn't start playing, or he didn't even know what basketball was, I think they said, until he was like 11 or 12 or something like that. And then he just started working really hard. And then obviously had like the genetics behind him and everything like that. But he kind of has that Mamba mentality to him where just puts in the grind, puts in all that effort, and gets the results.
Get how much his rookie card is going for these days. Guess.
How much was it last time? Because
Last time we talked about it, it was like 1,000.
Oh, well, he had a couple of good games. I'm gonna bump that up to 1,500.
1,800.
God, those games are a lot better than I thought they were. I should have went up 800 instead of 500. That's
Dude,
that's crazy.
like sports cards are like finally going like high or moving up really quick. Well, for certain like again, it's getting closer to what the finals or whatever. What do you call NBA finals or
Just the
NBA?
NBA finals.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have a cool name for it. They're kind of lame.
Yeah.
I think they just call it the NBA playoffs too.
Playoffs.
So,
There you go.
yeah.
Playoffs. That's what it was.
No.
We got that. We're close to playoffs. Yeah, and I think, well, from what I've headline reading, sports cards, their peak, is during the finals or during like the playoffs. People who aren't in the finals.
Yeah.
And I sold my Giannis for 1,000. And I'm like, cause like I almost doubled my money, and then I could have tripled it. Like,
You
oh
could have
my
tripled it.
goodness.
Yep. Well, it's at the same time, it's a risk. Like, do you hold on to it and then it decreases in value, or do you just go for it? And I probably would have been a baby. I probably would have held on to it, but I would never like sell it. I would have just kept holding on to it and holding on to it just because I'd be scared to sell.
Mm.
And then I'd have a story like, back in the day, this card was worth $5,000, and now it's only worth a nickel.
That's when you don't know when like somebody's hype or popularity is gonna go down. But Giannis has, I feel like, a lot of good years. But this guy who you know Gary Vee, right?
Yep.
He's the one that said Giannis. He invested in him when he was at 180 a card. So that was probably 2 years ago, August 2018, and he got around 580 cards. So he just kept telling people to get him once he was like, I got him when he was 550, and now he's currently like at 1,800. But he said he gave another pick that was way cheaper cards, Devontae Graham, that he likes his game, but his card was like it's basically going for $5-10 ungraded. And it's like when they don't have an actual grade from a specific company telling you how good it is. And so I was like, I'm just gonna take my profit from Giannis and put it back into this new guy. And hold on, I have more cards of him, and I'm going in earlier than what I went into for Giannis. But we'll see how that plays out.
You're getting in the game.
So currently, yeah. So currently, yeah. One from Giannis, basically put it all back into sports cards.
Well,
so
it's what you want to do. Yeah, spend money to make money
like
sometimes.
I'm young enough to be like, oh, I'm good now. Later on, when I have a family, I can't necessarily put that much like high risk, high reward type of thing. Todd, you gotta have a little nest egg.
Hey, unless it keeps working.
Yeah.
Then you got to keep going bigger and bigger and bigger. Don't stop. I'll
Have
be
a
your
little
financial advisor.
Okay, so what are your financial tips for financial success?
The stocks are doing great right now. They're at an all-time low. So this is when you just buy everything. Buy it all. Trying to save up for retirement? No, don't save up for retirement. Put all that money in the system.
A retirement person came over to the store and was like trying to talk to me and like my family about retirement, and I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna retire.
I don't have time to retire.
She just looked at me like crazy. It was like, I don't know. Family put way too much emphasis on work. I don't know. I feel like I'll either go with like the regular 40-hour work week that would be my kind of retirement, or like be that retired owner of like they're always checking it back on the business when they're off or whatnot. But
just having everybody strolling in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh, I just had some free time. How's business going? You need any help with that?
While I'm here.
That's how my grandpa is. He's like always trying to find things to do around the house, and like as his kids and grandkids was like, Grandpa, take a seat. Take some rest. He's like, no, I want to clean up. Okay.
You do you, Grandpa. You do you.
All right, we're gonna leave the book club. Well, my part of it with a cliffhanger. Kobe then goes on to talk about Allen Iverson.
Mm-hmm.
Did I pronounce it?
Yep.
He was like Allen Iverson was small, but he was also dun dun dun.
What was Allen?
Fellows that know him probably can get it. Cause yeah, he okay. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna give it up.
Stop ruining the cliffhanger.
Okay. How's your book, Sawyer?
My book was kind of lame this chapter. I've had two kind of lame chapters in a row. So I know this is everybody's favorite part of the podcast, learning about my book. But no, this like the last time was last section was write it. No, last section was host it. This section was cast it. And so it's about getting the guests that you want, preparing the guests, conducting a first-rate interview, consider getting a producer, and then turning to the right people for feedback. And so, like, as of right now, the guests that we want are just our friends, and like we reach out to them when we want to have guests on. Preparing it, you guys already know our format for that. We just have them tell us about themselves so you can learn about them, and then we have a little story time. And then we are fantastic interviewers, so that we didn't really need that. And then when it says consider getting a producer, okay, we'll consider it. Check off that mark. And then turning to the right people for feedback, it says they suggest that we, at the end of all your podcasts, you tell your audience, hey, and let us know how we did. If there's anything we can improve on, which you guys already know that spiel that we already give. So I was just like, all right. So it was kind of a lame little section, but again, it's important as soon as we start building up and getting celebrities on here and everything, then we can turn back to this. But until then, I don't know, already stuff that we knew and some stuff that we already did. So wasn't too crazy. Next week's though is make it. So I've got 3 sections left. So this is like kind of the halfway point. So I've got make it, share it, and grow it left. And so the first thing under share it is create a release schedule. We already have that. Talkmen Tuesday. Coming at you live on a Tuesday. Boom. Oh, do you want to tell the audience what you were thinking about? Oh, I guess so I don't get plagiarism warnings. That was from So You Want to Start a Podcast. But do you want to tell the audience what you're thinking about making for like our little emblem thing?
I'm completely spacing out right now.
The Bitmojis.
Oh yes, yes. I'm actually thinking about making, basically copying a Bitmoji and using it as thumbnail or like the podcast art, because who doesn't like Bitmojis? And they're like cartoons, and it's free. One, we don't have to like pay for that to happen, and just get on our phone. Especially now since our budget is not that great.
Hey,
Probably
I was gonna say we're loaded. We would totally do it, but it's all about being careful with your money. This is coming from the financial advisor of the 2 co-hosts. Be safe with your money on important purchases.
And so next thing you know, we'll pick a good Bitmoji. I just love the fact that there's different ones and you could save the image and it does it for you. And I could see a person charging us like between like $50 to $300 for that kind of graphic design. I'm like, that is free right there. We're gonna do that.
Yeah. Now we just need to pay somebody to make a song.
Oh. Or the hack to that is find an up-and-coming producer who wants to have some feedback of their song, and we can tell them we have 10 listeners on our podcast, and he wants
consistent listener.
Yes,
We fluctuate.
because I actually had a producer reach out to me when he saw my vlogs around town. It's like, whenever you think about needing I'm not sure it was like production, basically like I actually might have some person already, but yeah, he said something about whenever he needs something produced, let him know. He's an up and coming producer, and I'm like, oh, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So that'll be the hack to that, especially since we're starting out, and then boom.
What I might try to do is, I think it might be kind of interesting. You know, have you heard of the website Fiverr?
Yeah.
I might go on Fiverr and give somebody $5 to make us a song. I might check that out.
That'd probably be another good idea, because also that'd be also up and coming guys who would be willing to do that.
Yeah.
Especially, and out of something, there might be a good song in there.
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you that don't know what Fiverr is, it's basically a website. It's like the number 5rr.com, or dot something. But what it is you can basically pay people to do anything for you. And so, like, there's a guy that dresses up as Jesus, and you can type a message for him, and then he'll say that message with like a cloudy background or something. And so you can give a friend a message from Jesus. You can have people paint pictures and stuff like that, or finish your drawings, things like that. And so there are like artistic people on there, like musically wise. And so that's what we were just talking about right there. So have somebody create us something with no lyrics, but just kind of a little beat to it that we can play for you. Even though I'm a fan of my boot deep beep deep boot doop, but you know, I guess we can't win them all.
A good thing would be reach out to like somewhat semi-famous TikTokers who are producers or DJs. I might be able to do that, but that'll be a lot of research going on TikTok.
that might be a little expensive too, if like they're already known people. They might charge a little bit more.
So probably it has to be like probably 50,000 fans or less.
Yeah.
Really, I have to do a lot of research for that. But you never know. There's some good talent out there that hasn't been found yet. Hoping.
Us. We're talking about
yes.
Us. Please
there you
sponsor
go.
us.
That's not Justin Bieber was found. And like a lot of, I think Bad Bunny was also found that way too. He uploaded songs to Sound. Oh, SoundCloud. Duh. SoundCloud has free songs that you could probably use.
Yeah.
But if you want a specific one for Talkmen Tuesday, that'd be different. Huh.
Or if we just found like a random like EDM song that had like a very calm kind of thing, not like a drop the bass, that stuff. Like, we got a lot of resources. So this is our long way of saying stay tuned. We got some developments in the work.
Yeah, because I'm like, SoundCloud lets you use the songs for free, but you just have to do a lot of research to figure out if there's a good song out there that you could use.
Yeah.
Probably just like give them credits for it, or some people you need the credits, and others just like you can use it whenever you want. Okay. So basically, how Sawyer said.
Yeah, this is a little segue for me. I have a bone to pick with you guys. Nobody answered the question of the day last week. When we had, it was on the YouTube channel. I think there were 23 views and not one comment. People, we will stop the question of the day segment if this keeps up. Or maybe this just means I need to create better questions of the day. I could take it as a personal thing. I don't even remember. Oh, no, it was the airplane.
Oh, apparently estimated audience size is 11 now. 11. Oh my goodness.
Shout out Charlie, our newest listener.
Charlie has 70 plays. 70. Our other closest is like 20 to that.
But you can check
21.
individuals.
Individual plays.
Huh. Oh, you're talking. No, I'm talking about our friend Charlie, not the episode Charlie.
No, the episode, Charlie. Slovenia. Oh, Indonesia. Lebanon.
We got an Indonesia viewer.
Yep.
Hey.
Ireland, Slovenia, Indonesia, India, Lebanon, Norway, Netherlands, Brazil, Luxembourg, Sweden, Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, and the United States of America. About Chicken Wong. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Whether it be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or other.
Wow. You know what? I told Angel this before we started recording. We're just growing too quick. We're gonna have to take some time off. Really let the momentum die down a lot here. We're just getting too big. Getting too big.
Boom. Oh my goodness. Okay. I could have sworn I saw this like. Dang.
What do you say, dang toward?
Okay, yeah. Since I knew this podcast was gonna happen, there's some card auctions going on, right? And I knew
Oh
like it
my
was gonna end
goodness.
in half an hour. So you know what I decided to do?
What did you decide to do?
I decided to bet like what I would probably bet, but I would just have to. What I like to do on eBay auctions was like wait until like the last 10-15 seconds so nobody can outbid me, and it doesn't raise the bid amount by a lot, right? Because if you bid before the ending thing happens, people will do what I do to me.
Yep.
Well,
They would out Angel.
yeah, somebody did it to me, so I was like, "Ooh, that's a good strategy." Basically, wait for like the last 5 seconds. So you try to get it for the lowest cost. The only problem is you have to wait till the last second to be there to make sure you click and make sure you click it right before it ends. But so I was like, "Oh, I'll just." Since we're gonna be doing this podcast, I want to like do the whole up edit for like what I would usually do, which was like $25 for like 6 or 7 different auctions, and looks like I won all of them.
Oh my goodness. So how did that strategy end? I mean, you got what you bet on, which is great.
Yeah.
But...
It's good. They're good. Well, there's the other guy's pick, so I'm basically investing it in.
You're just stocking up.
So, yeah, I'm stocking up. Like I had probably, I'm not sure, 7 to 10 Giannis, like already graded, and now I got guess how much I got? Sorry, guess.
How much you got for the Giannis one?
No. Guess how many new cards I got of Devontae Graham. Graham.
You said you bought 6 right then, so I'll say you have 8 total. What?
Guess higher, Sawyer.
You have more than 8 cards of the same person.
Yes.
You're supposed to be like Pokemon and collect them all. You're not supposed to stock up on Pikachus. You got 13.
Imagine if I would have stocked them on Giannis. But
dude, that would mean you would have to spend over $500 on each card.
That's why I couldn't do it. Yeah. But this card was like $5-10 a pop because he's still underrated, and he's playing for the Hornets. Come on, Caruso gets more media attention, and how much time play does he get? That always shocks me. How much like media attention for his dunks for his playing this Caruso get. He like, don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but like compared to all the other players in the NBA, he's very popular right now.
Wait, how many cards of this guy did you buy? You're leaving us all on a cliffhanger here.
Yeah.
He's higher than 13?
Yeah.
Oh my, way higher?
Okay.
You are really putting all your eggs in this guy's basket. We'll go
Yeah.
26.
Okay. I'm telling you, I sold Giannis's for like $1,000, and I probably had like 6 to, I don't know, 8 or 9, and I put all those profits back into this card.
Do you have over 100 cards of this guy? Angel, you have over 100 cards of this guy.
Go higher. Go higher.
More than 100 cards? Where do you keep all these cards?
Go higher. Go higher.
100, 150.
You gotta go way higher than that.
I just would like to point out that I started off guessing 8. 8
Yeah.
was my first guess. Okay, so let me do the math here. So you made $1,000 off of Giannis, which is great. Congrats. This guy, $5 to $10. So yeah, per card, which means the 200.
No, way more.
More than 200 cards?
Yeah.
How are there more than 200 cards of this one guy in the area where you can buy?
They're on eBay.
Okay, are you more
He's
than
very
we're
underrated.
talking more than 300? Underrated, and everybody's selling his cards. Maybe you are just barking up the wrong tree.
Maybe I'm the dummy.
300.
More.
Dude, 500.
More.
You have more than 500 cards of the same player.
More.
750.
Oh, less.
700.
A little bit more.
Like 710.
Tiny bit more.
720.
Yo.
Oh my gosh. If all these cards were $10, you almost spent $7,000.
Yeah.
If they were
Some of them were like
3,500.
Some of them were like
Angel.
$5. Yeah. Some of them were $5. I didn't spend. Yeah. It was 5 to 10. Some people sold it for more, but I was like 10 is my limit of buying per card.
Oh, 10's your limit.
Like,
10's your limit of buying 720 cards.
no, of like the base one. If there's more special edition, then I would go higher.
Oh my god.
Either we'll talk about this in 3 to 4 years. This is either a very smart move or stupid as hell.
So everybody, please start sharing this with all your friends. We really need that podcast money now. Angel's in a little bit of a hole currently.
I'm not on a hole. This is I'm debt free. But this is all the profit that was from Giannis. My financial advisor told me to go all in, high risk, high reward.
In the stocks, not in the card game.
Imagine I would have bought stocks 2 months ago.
Well, no, I didn't give you that advice 2 months ago. I would have said, do not buy. I'm sensing a big downfall.
But we'll talk about this in 3 to 4 years. Honestly,
How quickly does it take for cards to like rise up?
It depends on the popularity of them, and I'm basically saying 3 to 4 years because that's when his contract would be up with the Hornets, and you know how trade season goes.
Yeah.
If he's actually a really good player and he gets his more consistent 3-point game up, big teams would want to get him, but he would have to be more consistent on his 3-point game.
Yeah.
Because he had he became an all-star this year, and he finally somewhat kind of broke out, but he has to be more consistent with that.
I love it how you have all this information on this guy, and the only reason is because you've got all these cards. Tell me about Ja Morant.
I don't know anything. Okay, honestly, the main reason I said I did this pick was because Gary
V
named it specifically. Yo, he doesn't necessarily give picks out unless he's like certain for them. He's done Giannis, Luka, and he actually invested in LeBron rookies. He got 50 of those, $1,000 a piece. Guess how much they are right now? Yes. He got them for $1,000 a piece about a year ago.
17,000.
Tampoco. No. No. Let me see.
7,000. I'm just thinking, like, high quality LeBron rookie cards. Like, those probably have to go high.
But they were just 1,000 about a year ago.
Oh, I guess, yeah, they wouldn't rise that quick. Would it be, like, kind of the same, like 2,000, 1,800-ish? Kind of like Giannis?
Let me check right now. To give you timely advice, or timely, where is it? LeBron James, Topps rookie. LeBron James, Topps rookie card, PSA 10. Oh! Okay. That's a chrome, though. Topps chrome. Okay, so right now, the most recent one that sold for PSA 10, yesterday, auction type, 7,600.
Oh, that's my second guess.
Top chrome, yep. So they're going for ranging from 6,500 to the latest one was latest auction type, 7,600.
That wouldn't be a bad $30,000 profit for him. But again, I'm guessing you hold on to those cards as soon as he retires, they're probably going to skyrocket.
Oh, especially if sports cards come back into. He's Gary saying that sports cards are coming back the way they came back in the 80s and 90s. But all the cards from the 80s and 90s are junk because the companies produce way too many of them. They try to meet the demand, but with sports card collection, it doesn't necessarily work. You produce more. It ruins the hobby.
Yeah.
And the value of those goes down.
Yeah, the rarity of it's what really gets people going.
So we'll talk about this in 3 or 4 years. Whether it was a genius idea.
Hopefully we'll be having a good talk. Otherwise, it'll be a very sad conversation we'd be having.
I want to say if like worst comes to worst, I want to still make a profit from them if I get them graded and sell them with the graded cards, because their graded cards are going for $50-$60 right now, 40 to 60 range.
Are all of yours ungraded?
Yep.
Yeah.
Except for a few of them.
Was your Giannis ungraded?
No, Giannis were graded. Giannis's I had a couple of them 10 and a couple 9.58. Yeah, I got some Lucas as well and Trae Young, but Luka, he's an all-star. Like I bought him I started buying him with 50, and then the latest I bought him were like 100. Now they're over like 250. So they're definitely going up, and then.
I feel like Trae, you have to wait a little bit.
Yeah. And then we'll see how it goes. But yeah, from 1,000 LeBron James to now 7,600. So this is why when he said another pick of like the Devontae Graham, he got him for pennies because he likes his game. He was actually thinking about going for Lamar Jackson, but he didn't pull the trigger on that because he liked Lamar Jackson's game. But he didn't imagine he was gonna do what he did.
That big blow up.
Yeah. He blew up real hard. I like how I like it when people get so big that when they lose, it's like disappointing to people. It's like you're expected to win. How does that feel? It's like, well, this is my rookie season, so good start.
Yeah. MVP, I think I'm doing okay.
We'll be good for next year. And then the whole Tom Brady, where's he gonna go?
He's going back to New England.
Oh,
100%. He's not going anywhere.
So that's your pick. He's not.
You heard it here first, folks.
Boom. That's cool. All right. So now that you know about my high risk, high reward type of thing, I love how you went for 8. You got 8? Sorry.
Yeah. You need to add at least 702 to that bet or that guess.
Really? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, because 702. Minimum 3,500. Maximum 17,200 in sports cards.
It's okay.
At least if things keep going on the up and up, we'll be good. If they don't, then I think I could still manage to make a little bit of a profit if I grade them and sell them that way.
Yeah.
So.
Or we're just gonna get out, like sell them all for 11, and then.
Well, grading them probably at the lowest would probably be like $7 to $10, $7 to $8.
Yeah.
So I could honestly, for sure, at least cut even, sell them for $20 because they're going for 40 to 60 graded. And since these are fairly newer, they're probably going to receive a high grade because all the new people put them in like penny sleeves and then put them in another thing so they protect them very well.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know in 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. We'll be sitting here. You'll have a gold microphone over there. I'll still be on my blue microphone. That's how we know how well you did.
I'm like, Sawyer, I'll give you one.
No, I'll work for it. I don't need your pity.
Okay, question of the day. What are you thinking about?
What could be the question of the day? Question of the day is going to be what do you collect if you collect anything? So some of us collect things for a profit, even if it is just one player out of an entire league. Some people collect buttons. Other people collect stamps.
They're going $5 a card.
So the question of the day or the question of the week is, what do you collect? And if you want to tell a little story to it, you can. If you don't want to answer it at all and just have a repeat of last week, that's totally cool too. It didn't hurt me at all when I went to see the comments and there was nothing there. But let us know what you enjoy collecting. And then thinking to me, I like collecting books to a degree. Like I like just having books around me. Like I'll read some of them. Sometimes like I'll read the first couple chapters and then I'll just put it down and completely forget about it, which is very bad. But I just like books.
Boom.
What would you say besides your guy? Do you collect anything? He's currently looking around the room to see what he's collecting.
I currently have 3 backpacks. I went through a backpack phase. That I wanted the perfect backpack. And since I realized I couldn't get the perfect backpack, I got 3.
I was gonna ask if you found the perfect backpack, but that answers my question right there.
And then like I would try them out because they look so good in the videos. You know, the promo videos of like, oh, this one has that. This one has that. Oh, what if I have so and so? I have a spot for it right here. And then you actually get it and buy it, and you're like, I don't really have that object that they use in the camera, so I don't really need this pocket. So, yeah, my sister was kind of mad about that, but I probably bought like 4 or 5 backpacks that I just like sold them on eBay, lost money there.
Oh,
yeah, because it's gently used, doesn't necessarily sell back for brand new. Yeah, so I currently have 3 backpacks. I should just get 3. A luggage roller. And then 2 duffels. Yeah.
Yeah, just bags.
Yeah. Oh, and get this. I'm probably going to want to go for like 80 more cards of Devontae.
You have a problem. It's time to get out. You know what's probably happening? Gary V is selling all of these cards to you.
Yep,
and he's just like, all these suckers are buying up all my Devontae cards.
He has to be everywhere around, like Hong Kong. I got some from Hong Kong.
He's got people. He's got people.
He's got people. I want to see this back in 3 to 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
It was really
Hey,
stupid.
remember that one time I had 800 car?
That's why. Is this going to be like very stupid or genius?
Hey, I hope it works out. I truly do hope this works out for you. And again, I feel like worst case scenario, you'll break even.
Yeah.
So
I'll definitely break even, especially with sport cards. If I minimum sell it when he's like in his peak season, to definitely go up there.
yeah.
Well, and that's what I thought about Giannis. I'm like, he can't get any better than this. Like, who would buy $1,000 for sports cards? I thought that was insane.
Yeah.
That's why I sold, and now they're going for $1,800.
Yeah. Come on.
I thought I was insane. I'm like, who's gonna spend $1,000 on a sports card?
Who's also gonna buy $800 on sports card or 800 players? This could go both ways, Angel.
You're right. Stay tuned for the progress of this.
Oh.
Crazy or genius? We'll let
you
know.
decide. You decide, and we'll tell you later.
Yeah, currently you decide. I'll let you know the results. Okay. Question of the day.
Yep.
Who do you collect? Boom.
Yep. Let us know in the comments section below. And yeah, look forward to reading through those for next episode. But as always, guys, it has been a pleasure. This episode was filled with classic book club, sports talk. Where's Tom Brady landing? More of like a sports conversation this week, which is a little bit different, but also very, very cool and very fun. But I mean, again, as always, thank you all for tuning in. If you want to leave a comment and tell us your feedback where we can improve, notice I'm tying that in from my book. Let us know. I would be happy to make any adjustments as long as they are reasonable for us to do. But thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, check out Angel Corrado 2 on TikTok and on YouTube. Grow that following. It's Angel Corrado 2 on TikTok, right?
Yep, on TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, everything except for Twitter. Twitter's without the 2.
Angel Corrado wasn't taken, so he grabbed that one up. But yeah, appreciate all of you guys and look forward to talking with you again with a new topic from two guys talking sports/entertainment that don't know sports/entertainment. But enjoy the rest of your weeks, and we look forward to talking with you next week.
Peace. Thank you guys.